Hello, and welcome to the presentation of my Arkanoid project for the mobile devices course. I'll start by walking you through the main menu. In the menu, we have a simple UI with 3 buttons. One of them only becomes active if a saved game exists with a level higher than 1. Then we have the New Game button, which starts a new game, and the Quit button to close the application. Since this is the first scene, I've set up 3 key singletons for better accessibility. First, we have the Game Manager, which inherits from player data, a class responsible for managing saved game data. It also manages the state machine, which switches based on the current scene's name. In this class, we have several getter and setter functions to handle some of the important variables. Next, we have the Audio Manager, which contains a game object with a script I'll explain in a moment, along with 2 child objects, one for the music source and another for the sound effects source. The script is straightforward. It references the audio sources and contains an array of sounds declared in a separate class. We have functions to play music or sound effects, stop the music, adjust the volume, or mute it altogether. The third singleton is the Scene Manager, which centralizes functions to handle scene transitions and includes a function to check the current scene. Now, if we hit play, we move to the game scene. Depending on the level, a different block arrangement will load. First, we have the Level Manager, which handles the level configurations I just mentioned. Here's the code for it. Then, we have the UI, which is updated in real time by the Interface Manager script with the correct values. The Pause Manager takes care of pausing the game. It activates and deactivates the pause menu, adds functionality to the buttons, freezes time, and prevents the paddle from moving. Next, we have the bricks, which are scaled correctly to adjust to different screen resolutions. This is only done in-game because it checks for resolution changes every frame and adjusts accordingly. The paddle controls use an adaptive pattern, where I have an interface and 2 control schemes, mouse and AI. The paddle controller manages these inputs through an enum and a function to switch between them. The ball is responsible for its own physics and collision handling. If the ball touches the bottom limit of the screen, it subtracts a life by calling the Game Manager. If lives reach 0, the defeat state is triggered. Now, let's talk about the bricks. Each brick prefab is initialized with a random resistance value. When a brick's resistance reaches 0, it adds to the player's score and sometimes spawns a power-up. These power-ups can be one of 3 different types, and if they collide with the paddle, their effect is triggered. That covers everything in the gameplay scene. There are 2 additional scenes, Victory and Defeat. In the Victory scene, you get congratulated and are given the option to save your game and return to the menu, or continue playing. In the Defeat scene, player data is reset, and you're sent back to the menu. That concludes the presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Now I'll move on to a gameplay demonstration. I'll play through the levels quickly, skipping some parts to showcase all the key functionalities in a short time. Once again, thank you, and see you next time.